Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Fulham match reaction, in which is nothing really new. United are shocking, bad defensively, bad tactically. Another draw. That's 1 point from our last 9, ending the season off the way United usually end seasons off, disappointing. And that's why I said, in the last match reaction, I am not getting my hopes up for that Europa League final, because playing like that, even if we won today 1-0, I would have said playing like that is not good enough to win the Europa League final. It is not good enough to play Europa League final, and our luck has actually ran out. Our luck is running out. It's caught up to us, which is nothing new. I've been saying this the whole season, and it's finally happening. So we'll get into the player ratings. We'll get into this. We'll get into all of the normal stuff. I know Moloto's not here. That's because he had no power to watch the game. So it's probably better that he didn't get to watch that shit game. But it's fine. It's fine. If you are new, do subscribe, do smash a like. But yes, Clay, what do you have to say about that shock of a game?
It was just shocking. It really was. We didn't take our chances at all when we had them. I felt we had more than enough to put Fulham in the ground, and we just couldn't finish to save our lives again. And just when Cavani just scores this absolute screamer, when we just can't finish a single chance after that, it's so disappointing. And the rest of the game, it was just boring and mediocre. It was everyone played average at best, really, except for the standout people like Cavani, who scored a worldie. There was nothing of note of this game. It was just very boring. And then defensively, we always just slip out of some kind of cross, some kind of corner. And it happened again today. It's the same old issues. McFred was playing, and it looks like the end about the game. Fred played, admittedly. At least Ali's master plan went somewhat long term. But Scott went off, so I don't know what Ali's going to do about that, especially when the Europa League finals are on the corner. And yeah, I overall don't think we're going to be able to win either if we're playing like this. If we can't beat a dead Fulham like this, that gave us free reign to do whatever we wanted, there's no way we beat Villarreal right now.
I agree. I thought it was absolutely awful. I thought literally the only thing that was worth noting was two things. One I'll get to in the player ratings, and the other was just Cavani's good goal. Which is also a bit controversial, because whether it's offside, whether it wasn't onside, whether the other goal was onside or offside, there's no consistency. So I actually think we're lucky. I think we're lucky to draw. So I think we probably deserve to lose. I do think we deserve to lose, but we managed to get at least a point. So something,
Yeah.
I guess, Champions
So
League
we
is
had
secured.
13 shots that game. 13 shots, and we mounted an XG of 0.8. Fulham had 8 shots, and they mounted an XG of 0.98.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's unacceptable.
Yep. It's not
8 big chances. 8!
it's not
And we
good.
scored one
It's
goal.
not good. And the thing is,
Terrible.
today you can't even say we missed Maguire, because that goal, Maguire can't do anything about that goal anyways. So
Yeah. Maguire
Maguire
watches
can't
up,
do
just sends it
anything.
on
Yeah,
us then.
exactly. Maguire concedes that goal as well. McFred again this
Yep.
game. This is why I'm all out. This is exactly why I'm all out. I don't think this is good enough. This is not good enough. Like I said, the second place, we lucky to be we in the Europa League for a reason. Do I think we're gonna win the Europa League? Well, I'm prepared to win the Europa League for the sake of our sanity. And the worst thing about all of this
Yeah.
is that I feel sorry for the fans that today, first game that they're back, they waited like 418 days or something to get back, and they watched that.
Some even left early.
Some
you know
left
how bad
early,
it is
exactly.
to wait that long, over a year for football, and you leave
And
early.
personally, even if we lived there,
Yeah.
I would have never went for the game, but that's for other reasons, obviously, for funding of the glaciers and stuff. But yeah, I hope there's money well spent. I was hope there's money well spent, because I would want a refund after that. That was shocking. And I could see it all happening. It's just, I see it every week. Similar things happen. It's just more time than not, we get away with things like this. We do get away with this a lot. But it's caught up. It always catches up towards the end of the season. And that's why I'm extremely worried, because this game meant nothing. I said take the piss in this game. Play the Ahmads, play the Donnies, play all of them, because clearly it doesn't matter. Even if you play your strongest team, that team is going to play the final today. That team that ended off will probably play the final in the
Just
Europa
about,
League.
yeah.
So I'm very, very, very concerned. But yeah,
And
you know,
we said this last show as well. A big thing that we have to note right now is now we have 11 draws in 37 games.
which is not.
11 draws. It's not good enough. It
That's
really
almost a third.
isn't.
That's almost a
Third of
third
our
of our
games
games
with
with
draws.
draws. Yep. And
Exactly.
often we say, like even today, it felt like we lost. It felt like we lost today. All those draws are even lucky to be draws. I'd say they're very lucky to be draws. Some of them, you know. It's not none of them
Exactly.
I can say like, oh, we deserve to win. You know, we actually deserve to lose most of those games. So that's why I'm saying this is not good enough. It's not good enough. That's why I'm not on Ollie's side. I don't believe he's
Yeah.
gonna change it. I believe it's the same thing over and over and over. But yeah, Ollie gets away with it because he's a club legend, and you know this is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We just we pretend everything is fine. So you know, I am not gonna get too deep into it because, like I said, you know, it looks like these players' minds are already on vacation. They too complacent, too lackluster. Fans, even some of the fan base are complacent. You know, I'm very proud of the fans who were Glazers out today at the stadium, but more often than not, none of them really cared. You know, most of them probably just happy to be at the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, we move on to the player ratings because there really isn't much else to say about that game. Shocking stinker of a game.
Exactly.
And I'm giving away my man of the match instantly. David De Gea is my man of the match. I think he deserves to play in the final. I think recently his form has been phenomenal. I think he's the reason we got a point today. I think he needs to play the final, basically. He needs to play a final. I think he's come back, you know, he looks better. He saved us the game today. Could have easily had a second Fulham goal, the first one before they actually scored, you know. It was a cross that ended up being a shot. He saves it, then the ball rebounds again, double save. So for me, without David De Gea today, we lose the game. So I'm going to give David De Gea my man of the match, 7.
It's one of those days again. But yeah, the only thing I have to add on to that is what does this mean for Henderson going forward now? Does that mean Henderson's no longer first choice? Does that mean Henderson's just bench fodder again? Is he barely going to play next season until something major happens with the Hay again that he needs to take time off? Is that just Henderson's place right now? Because that's what I'm worried about right now. Because De Gea has shown his form, and he's looked really good in the past 2 games that he's played. So I wasn't surprised that he was going to play. Said this in the preview as well. So he had a solid performance. I'm just worried about what this means for Henderson moving forward. But yeah, I'm going to agree with the 7 and the man of the match. No one else really deserves it, in all honesty.
David De Gea, man of the match. At least there's some positive. That's really the only positive really for me is that, you know, at least De Gea is looking like the De Gea we love. You know, the De Gea we remembered. The De Gea we grew up watching, literally saving us.
Yeah.
Which is a bit ironic because even back then, De Gea was only we only applauded De Gea really because like the whole team was so bad, but at least he's you know, he's saving us from losses here, you know. So hopefully he can keep it up. But the rest of the boys need to step up. But anyways, Luke Shaw, congrats to Luke Shaw. You won Players Player of the Year, which was voted by the players obviously from Manchester United. So he won that. Today, however, though I don't know. It's always tricky with this one because. The goal came from his side initially. It went to his side. Aaron didn't deal with it. None of our centre backs deal with it. So the cross did come from him. Going forward, I thought Luke Shaw was phenomenal today. I did think he was phenomenal going forward. He looked like a major threat. Defensively, I don't think he's been at his best lately. Defensively, I think he has been a bit disappointing. I wouldn't say too disappointing. Still decent. Like I would give his defending average, but because of the high standards this season, I would say disappointing for Luke Shaw's standards. Yeah, but I'll give Luke Shaw. I would give him a 6. Really.
Yeah. One thing that I noticed about today a lot was we focused on the right-hand side a lot more than we normally do. So I felt Luke Shaw be very about 70% of the game, especially the first half. We barely played down that left-hand side. I don't know what it was. So Shaw just never got the opportunity to get involved. But whenever he did go forward, I do think he looked threatening. I did think he looked like something was going to happen. And I felt that another day he could have walked away with an assist today.
Could have walked away with the goal.
Defensively, again, yeah, could have even got a goal if that was on target. That would have been fantastic. Match Luke Thomas. But I do think it was just an average performance. I don't think I can go higher than that. The goal did come from him, and that should be his man. So I'm just going to get 6.
Yep. Axel. I I think Axel was the better centre back today. I'll be honest. I think Axel was the better centre back today. I don't think Axel had anything to do though. I honestly don't think Axel had anything to do.
Yeah.
I did know his presence today. I did know it, but that's more like when we defended with the high line. When we had a corner or something, he stopped basically from them countering quickly, and that's what Axel's good at. I think Axel deserves more game time. I think I would have played him in this game as well. But again, for the goal, I don't really blame him. I blame Luke Shaw, Aaron Bissaka, and Victor for that goal. But I don't think I can blame Axel. But other than that, he didn't have a great performance. He didn't have a below average performance. So I'll also give him a 6.
Yeah, again, like I said, it's just mediocrity. It's the average performances at best for most people. But yeah, the Axel, I do think deserves more game time. He's looking very promising again. Game after game after game, he keeps on showing us why he has the potential to wear that United shirt. And yeah, I think it was solid from him. I didn't see many runs. I think he had like one half mistake. It wasn't anything serious. It didn't lead to a goal. So yeah, I'm going to go to 6. It was solid.
Yeah. Victor today, very disappointing. I blame him for the goal. Not a lot, but I would put some blame on Victor for the goal. He got put on his ass by that kid, what's his name, Carvalho. He got put on his ass by Carvalho. Lucky that didn't go in, otherwise, oh my goodness. And that's when Luke shows a liability. That's why I said I wouldn't play either of these guys. I don't care how much people love Maguire. I don't like him. I don't like Victor. And together, there's problems. Even when they're both not in it, there's still problems. That's why I said buy even 2 centre backs. Buy 2 centre backs even, because it's dangerous at the back. It's dangerous, and it's not just them. It's also tactically, defensively. We are not coached well at all, because it's always a cross or it's always a set piece. It's always our fault. It's always our fault. It's never like, oh, okay, you know what? Fair play. Nothing we can do about it. It's a good goal. Always our fault. Always us to blame when we concede a goal. So, not good enough. I'll give Victor a 5.
Yeah, for me, I felt Victor had very high highs and very low lows today. Felt he made some last-ditch tackles a few times today, but also felt he lost possession a lot. I felt like he got skinned a few times, like that Carvalho chance at the first half. I was dreading every second of that. Luckily, the kid was inexperienced, and De Gea had his number. Because honestly, that's a goal on another day. With even just a team of Werners taking that, that's going on target. That's probably in the back of the net.
I prefer not to speak about.
I
prefer not to speak about that one. Any other player, yeah.
But yeah, any proven talent will be able to put that in the back of the net 9 times out of 10. So Victor got away with that, and it was just highs and lows from him, and it was such an inconsistent performance today. So yeah, I'm going to go to 5.
I feel like the way you described Victor is the way I would describe Aaron Wan-Bissaka today. I thought there was very high highs and then low lows, because I thought offensively, again, great. Defensively, I thought he was actually solid. He was probably going to be contender for my man of the match until that goal. And then that goal happens. He's probably majority to blame. Is it his fault? Is it tactically? I don't know, because he is always holding Victor Lindelof's hand. No matter what, he is holding Victor's hand. And someone hasn't told him anything. That's why I'm saying it's not just even the players. Someone needs to tell these boys, like, what are you guys actually doing? Like, what are these guys doing in training? Week in, week out. Because we can't play like this next season and get away with it. We can't. We've been fortunate to play like this and get away with it this season. So we can't keep getting away with it. We can't keep getting away with it. And I think today, like I said, we didn't get away with it. I'll give Aaron Wan-Bissaka a 5, because, like I said, I think that goal is probably majority his fault.
Yeah. I would shift a bit more blame onto Victor personally, just because I feel like he should have been a bit close to his man. Should have been, because he was doing nothing in that build-up as well. Get where you're coming from, but I feel like I shift blame to the centre-back a bit more for not marking the man in the box. But I kind of do agree as well with saying that it was high highs and low lows from Aaron. It just felt inconsistent again, and that's just the theme for today, I feel. It wasn't good enough. And then there was some moments of brilliance where they showed their class and showed why they're there. Then it was just stupid mistakes. It was just throwing the ball away. It was something small and just stupid that they kept on doing throughout a solid performance just to tarnish it. And I feel like that's what gave Fulham the edge today. We were just sloppy and complacent. I think that's the best way to put it. But yeah, I think overall, I would push it to a 6. I think he was instrumental going forward, especially in the first half. A lot of interplay between him and Mason. The right side was just booming for the whole game. It was mainly Aaron, because I felt Mason was dead a lot of the first half. We'll get there, but I felt it was predominantly Aaron going forward. And defensively, he's always solid. He's always in that spot where he's just like, he has to take some of the blame for the goal whenever that happens. And one thing I
It's
have to
funny,
say as
isn't
well,
it? It is funny.
yeah, it is. But one thing I noticed is Aaron was very, very wide after that, though. He did not go near Victor again. I saw a
If I
massive
was
gap
Aaron,
across the field to
I
Victor
would
and
never
Aaron.
go help him.
Yeah.
Just throwing myself under the bus.
I don't know what it was, but Ollie clearly just went, Aaron, keep your distance. Just go.
Yeah,
And
Aaron
it's
needs to
this
social
massive
distance from
gap.
Victor.
It is weird. But yeah, I think we can move on.
Yeah. Scott McTominay, I'll be honest with you, boy. I'm no way your biggest fan. I've said you wouldn't even be on my bench. You'd be in the championship somewhere. And I think, no disrespect, but you found your level today. You found your level today. Fulham, relegation. You actually played well. You played well. I'll be honest, you had your semi-annual good game. So well done, Scott. You know, you found your level. No disrespect. But honestly, on a serious note, I did think he played well today. It's very unfortunate that when he actually had a good game for me, he gets injured and gets taken off. How serious that injury is, I don't know, but he went straight down the tunnel, so we're just gonna have to see what happens with Scott. Because, you know, that means we might not have McFred for the final, which is positive, with a big positive, but you know, Ollie would be stressing, exactly. Ollie would be
Putting out
stressing.
his head. What's
And
left of
today,
it.
Scott, I give it to you. I thought you played well. I thought the passing was good. You went forward well. Defensively, you were there. And you know what? I'll actually give you a 7. No. Actually, I'm lying. 6. I'll give you a 6. I was going to give you a 7 because, you know, your standards are low, but I'm going to give you a 6.
Admittedly, Scott was solid. I thought the pivot was solid in general. We'll get on that, but yeah, I just thought Scott was solid today. I didn't see too many issues. I didn't see where he just disappeared at times. I didn't see him just not doing the right thing at the right time. So it does feel like he's a lot more confident playing against these lower level teams. But again, Ollie, we should never, ever, ever be playing McFred against these type of teams. This is just a ridiculous low point for you as well. So yeah, I just expect better from Ali to not pick this again. But yeah, Scott was solid. I'm going to grade 6.
Yeah.
I think it should be indicative of what an average performance for a United player should be, you know?
Yep, exactly.
Not an average
That
Scott
should be
performance.
that
This
should be
is miles
exactly
above.
that's it's a 7 for Scott, but it should be a 6 for any United player.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I would say the same thing about Fred, really, except I don't think Fred had as good of a game as McTominay. It's just I don't think Fred was as involved. I thought once McTominay went off, I didn't really see Fred at all. So I think just for that reason, I would just knock it down under an average performance. So I give Fred a 5.
Fred really suffers from Pogba syndrome. Like second half, Scott goes off. This man is suddenly the creator. He's spraying long balls everywhere. He's taking shots. I don't know what it is. This man goes from being a solid engine in the midfield to just being the creative workhorse, and I don't know what it is. Don't know why Scott is the reason he's held back, but whenever Scott is gone, Fred is just a million miles ahead. He's popping shots. He's trying to make things happen, and he just sucks at it. Unfortunately, his attacking side of the game is not the good side of his game, to say the least. So, I think a 5 is justified only for the second half performance. But I think again the pivot was solid today, and it could be good going forward. But I think the 5's fine, just because that's second half.
Yeah, well, there's mainly your defensive ratings. So that's it.
Yeah.
An average one, which is not really what the scoreline really says. You'd think 1-1 against Fulham, you know, ish. There must be something going wrong there. But Dahlia obviously gets bumped up because he saved us.
Average and subpar everywhere.
That's
all
what
it was.
Yeah, I'm too stressed. I'm already too stressed for that final. We have one more Premier League game before the final. Yeah. I'm too stressed. And Wolves isn't a team we go on and get a good result from generally, you know. Wolves is a bogey team for us, so it's not. If we don't win that final, oh my god! If we don't win that final, big question marks has to be asked. Big question marks.
Yeah.
You know? So, but anyways, we move on. Bruno, thought he was solid today. Thought he was good. You know, led the team, tried his best, did get an assist at the end. Whether it is an assist or whether it's not an assist, you can debate that in the comments below. You tell us what you think. I'm not going to get too heavily involved in it because I think the goal was so special that I wouldn't want to see it ruled out because it was an absolutely fantastic goal. I thought if Bruno did get a flick on it, great flick, shot, amazing, distribution from the air, perfect. However, to be fair, if Bruno did not touch it, never in a million years that should be a goal.
Yep.
There is no consistency with VAR because very next moment Fulham score a goal and then it's like what's going on? What's going on? Is that onside? Is it offside? And then it is onside, I guess. But the our goal was sketchy. Our goal was hella sketchy because everyone I've heard speak about that goal, everyone doesn't think Bruno got a touch. Nobody thought Bruno got a touch on that goal. So, and if Bruno didn't get a touch, we blatantly robbed Fulham, blatantly. And past that goal and the Mason Greenwood chance, we did nothing. We did nothing to bother Fulham. And I think that's what Scott Parker would have told Fulham. Like, Cavani scored a ridiculous goal, but other than that, what have they done? Nothing. You know, you still in this game. And I think that's why Fulham deserved at least 1 point. I think they deserved all three, but at least 1 point. So I'm going to give Bruno... I'm going to give Bruno a 7, actually. I thought Bruno actually was good. Even without the assist, I thought he was good.
Yeah, it was definitely a solid performance from Bruno. He looked very productive. He just looked like Bruno. It was simple as that. He looked like a really good player. He looked like he was very involved. And he walks away with an assist. I just don't feel good giving him a higher than a 6 in this game. It was good, but against Fulham, I'm expecting 2 goals and an assist for a player of his caliber. It's Ronaldo going up against the relegation team, you know. Exactly. Like, what do you expect? That was very unacceptable by his standards, and he got a lucky assist because VAR was inconsistent as all hell. So, I have to go with the 6. There was an average Bruno performance. I feel he could have been a lot more involved today. Should have walked with a lot more.
Yeah. Moving on to Paul Pogba. I felt like whenever Pogba was on the wing today, when he got the ball, it looked good. But I felt like he didn't get enough of the ball. So at left wing, I'd probably give Pogba a 6. But then when he dropped into the pivot, beautiful. Beautiful performance from Pogba. I really enjoyed. I thought his passes was good. You know, his strength was there. I feel like Pogba suffered today because he didn't get enough. He didn't get enough service. He didn't get enough of the ball. And I felt like as soon as Rashford came onto the left wing, Pogba was more influenced in the midfield, but then the whole team is dead in general, which I've said a lot on the show because, you know, that front three, Rashford, Cavani and Mason, they ain't going to work. It might be our best front three on paper, but it does not work because it just doesn't. There's no creativity. Everyone's selfish, so it just doesn't work. But Pogba, so like I said, Pogba on the wing, I'd give him a 6. Pogba in the pivot, I'd give a 7. Usually the in-between is 6.5, but because I rate Pogba so highly, I'm giving him a 6.
Yeah, again, I just think it's... we didn't play to the left at all today. I don't know what it was, but until the end of the game when Rashford was on, basically, we didn't really play to the left. And again, Pogba always looks threatening when he's on the ball. He was very much involved in the midfield for a lot of that game just to get a piece of that ball. And I just never played to him that much. And then, again, as soon as he switches from the wing to the midfield, he looks like a much better player. This is the second game in a row that this has happened, where he's just looked 10 times better. But then I just felt he disappeared. I didn't feel like he did anything productive. I felt he did as much as Scott and Fred would have in the pivot at that point. I would say the first 5 minutes of him transitioning, it's just beautiful. It looked like classic Pogba again. It looked very productive. It looked like something was going to happen through him. And it just didn't. It just didn't go his way. And I felt he just disappeared towards the end of the game when we needed him the most, I feel. And a player of his caliber, again, I expect a lot more from. And I'm going to go to 5. I think there's a bit subpar from him. I think it could have been a lot better.
Yep. Well, we'll have to see whether Paul Pogba plays in the pivot, on the wing in the final. And we'll see if he has to feature in Wolves because, you know, there is one more game before that final. One more game to maybe try to get this team's head screwed on again because it's a shambles at the moment. It's a shambles. However, another positive light today, Edison Cavani. He's been waiting for it. They kept him at Old Trafford for another year for that very reason today. The fans at the that's what Cavani wanted. Today was perfect for him. That goal is a 10. The goal itself is a 10. He should have had an assist as well because Greenwood should have finished that chance easy. I was even saying that's a goal. That's a goal. I think Greenwood in that position. I was thinking that's a goal. So you should have had an assist. Goal was 10 out of 10. World class goal. But other than those two moments, I know you worked hard, but you didn't really do anything. So,
Yeah.
but that goal, like I said, world class. Should have had an assist. I'll give Cavani a 7.
Yeah. Varney's play outside of the generalized striker role is very lacking. I think today he put in a good defensive shift, but I thought his interplay was terrible. I thought he was bad at reading passes for the most part today. I thought he only really put together one good pass, which was to Mason. Besides that, I just feel like his general team play was at a 0, and I just don't feel he offered that much to the team. And then he just goes and scores a wonder goal. So, I can't really complain about him today. But yeah, that's it on Cavani. I think it was a fantastic goal, and it's the type of thing that United needs. We need those players who are going to make something out of nothing in the dying moments, or even the early moments of the game, like it was today for the change. That's just going to win us the game, and it should have, and it's all just in general, it should have. We should never ever drawn this game. It should have just been, okay, it's scrappy, but it's 1-0. We'll make it work. Ollie, park the bus. Just go. It's fine. But it deserved us to win us the game, and it just didn't happen today for Cavani. I just feel his performance overall was subpar, but then he goes and scores a goal, so I can't go less than a 7, unfortunately.
Yeah. 7 for it isn't. I gave him a 7 because I think, like I said, he should have had an assist as well. He should have had an assist. On another day, that should have been an assist. And a goal, an assist for Cavani is on paper is pretty good. So
Yeah.
yeah, 7. But moving on to Mason Greenwood, who should have scored. He should have scored. Mason knows he should have scored. I'll have a word with him again as I usually do. And this is why I don't like resting Mason, because every time Mason was in good form and then we give him this rest and he comes back, just you don't look the same. You don't look the same. That's why I just want to burn Mason. How you burn Rashford, you can burn Mason, because he fires. Oh, he fires. He's not like Rashford where you can burn him, but then one day he gets a 4. When Mason is burning in form, oh, he's burning. He's lighting it up. So that's why I don't like resting Mason. Today he should have had a goal. Other than that, on the right hand side, it was where the most play was from, and even then, I don't think he was involved that much. I think second half he was a lot better. First half was dead. But yeah, an average performance for me from Mason Greenwood, so I'll give him a 6.
Yeah.
And should have had a goal.
Yeah, he definitely should have worked with something today. But like I said earlier, I think he was dead for a large part of the game. I didn't see him much. We avoided that. Well, I don't know why, but we avoided Mason for a large part of that right-hand side when we were attacking down. It was like all Aaron. It was all 1-2s between Mason and Aaron, and that was the extent of it. There were times when Mason was at striker, but it wasn't much. I could say Mason worked hard as much as I want, but I just feel like nothing came of it. It felt unproductive. And yeah, maybe it was because of the rest, maybe because he actually had a mental reset and he just kind of has to start again and start getting back into the cycle. And yeah, that could be a fair reason for it. But I just think it was subpar. I'm going to go to 5. Should have done better today.
Yeah. I would, if someone told me Mason Greenwood was starting today, I would have probably said he could score. He had a good chance.
Yeah.
He has a good chance of scoring. So
Definitely.
yeah, disappointing from Mason. You want him to walk away with something, give him all some thoughts for the final. But I think that performance probably puts him out of the final team. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see. But speaking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, oh god, this guy. First of all, Ole, thank you for wasting all the United fans' times today at the stadium.
And money.
And money. We appreciate it. You wasted our time. Second of all, thanks for being tactically naive. Thanks for that. I appreciate the tactical naive manager. Third of all, I appreciate the subs. Oh, great! I get to see Ahmad for 10 minutes, Donny for 3 minutes. Oh, that was proper, Oli. I appreciate that a lot. Fourth, thanks for playing McFred again. In the Fulham game. Thanks, I appreciate that so much as well. So. And then sixth, thanks for finally teaching the team how to mark, during defensive set pieces, during defensive, plays in the game. I appreciate it. It's not like I've been saying it for the whole season, maybe even 2 seasons. We can't defend corners. Oh yeah, because De Gea, almost the first corner they had, De Gea catched it, but it almost was a Dino and nearly fell for Fulham players. So that, oh my god, we never win corners. The goal we concede is a normal goal. We concede all the time from Luke Shaw's side, crossed into the box. Aaron gets sucked in, bang, far post header, goal. De Gea can't do anything about it. So thanks for all of that.
Yeah.
Give Ollie, give Ollie 2 dead.
All I have to add to that is thanks for giving Rashford even more minutes against Fulham. It's going to help his development as a player. I think he greatly appreciates the minutes. He's busting 19-year-olds. He needed that 30 minutes. Felt like at all that you had Shortire, Langa, and Ahmad on the bench.
Langa.
I actually don't know if they were on
I
the bench.
forgot about Langa. How good Langa was the last time, the only game he played for. Oh my god.
I actually want to check if he's on the bench before I just stay tell you a little bit.
That's why I want Martial back, because me watching United is just so boring without Martial. Yeah. It's so boring. I need Tony back.
Yeah. Okay, he wasn't on the bench. I can't say for that. He should have been picked for the team, but hey. But again, I don't know why you're bringing on Rashford when you have an
Also, when I seen
Diallo,
Rashford warming up, I was like,
anyway.
it's done.
It's ridiculous. It's Jesse Lingard narrative all over again. It's like, give him some nice experience here. The youth's growing. One day he'll get that loan move and then he'll just gain some form, Premier League for the month. But there was nothing really positive about today. Again, treatment of Donny van de Beek is ridiculous.
I would hand him my transfer request.
If Scott McTominay is injured at any point, you go, okay, Donny, come. Easy. But no, we're going to switch Paul Pogba to centre mid and play Donny left wing, because that's definitely his natural position, even though Pogba has shown time and time again he's a far better left winger than majority of this team. So, you know what? We're going to play Rashford striker and Donny on the left just because. I don't understand it. Because it didn't work. If it worked, then I could be like,
what annoyed me about that was that he brought him on for Cavani. So I'm like, hey, false 9. And he's like, nope. Pogba dropped pivot.
Left wing.
And then Rashford gets moved from left wing to striker. And Mason's still on the right. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? We're going through this guy's head.
Is Donny just a left winger now? Is that Donny's place?
I don't know.
If you're box to box, doesn't know what to do anymore. Play
if I was Donny, I'd take the piss at United. All he said, Donny, get that bub off. I'm like, nope. Do you think I'm coming out 3 minutes? Like, thank you. I'm just gonna sit.
Pull a Kepa. It's fine. I'm good. I'm good.
I'll be like, nah, I'm fine. It's cold. If you want me to play in front of the fans like this, it's cute.
I'll go do a warm up for the fans.
I'll do a warm up. I'll do one lap and go back in the bench because I know, man. No.
It's not good enough from Ollie. So yeah, hey. Can I actually think of a positive?
No.
I don't think so from today.
No.
I don't think there's anything. McFred should never ever start. Substitution's terrible. Donny treatment terrible. Ahmad is just should have been playing at 60 from the 60th minute like Rashford did. I don't feel like he did anything noteworthy today.
1 point from 9 points available.
Yeah, 2 losses and a draw last 3. How's that for finishing second?
Their fans have waited 400 days, and that's what we get.
And they left early. That's what you give them. You gave Old Trafford a 1-1 against relegated Fulham as second place.
I hate being right. I actually hate being right.
Yeah, I hate being right as well. Trust me, it's terrible being a United fan like this.
When that Fulham goal went in, I wanted to watch Leeds. I actually wanted to watch Leeds. Because that's my team. And then I switched to the Leeds game, 1-0 up. Okay, it's like, nice. Full time 2-0. Okay, nice. But
I should be watching the Brighton game now because they're kicking City's ass.
Oh, well, I'm going to go watch that very, very soon after this.
It's 3-2. Beautiful game.
Yeah, we're going to go watch this after this. But anyways, there's nothing much to say. Shit game. When will we see you guys next? That's the question.
Let me take a look. I believe our next game would be a match preview on Friday, I think.
Yeah,
so play on Sunday again.
Play on Sunday again, so Tuesday. It's a little bit of a break, but we'll see you guys on Friday. We like seeing you guys. We don't like seeing United recently. But yeah, if you did enjoy that video, do subscribe. Let us know what you guys think of United and whether or not what's gonna happen in that Europa League final, because
Yeah.
it's time to stress. It's time to stress. 1 point from the last 9 is not good enough. We're playing Wolves, and that's the game where we wanted to rest players as well. So hey, we're just gonna have to see what happens. So yeah, do subscribe if you're new. Do smash a like, comment down below, and we will check you on Friday.